Last question. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so like I said, today has been an amazing episode. We've talked a lot about racism, anti-racism, white privilege. We talked about the differences between white race class groups. We talked about social work and the differences between like the South-centric bias and the northern bias. We talked about being hyper-visible in a predominantly white context. Some of your experiences and how you navigated that, and how you use your work now to champion anti-racism and allow people to be their authentic self. Now, what does rehumanization look like to you?
I love that question because rehumanization to me looks at reconnecting the human form of social work. So when you look at social work, it was based on charitable values, in the 19th century, so late the 1800s. And as time's gone on, social work has become more and more of an administrative task. It's been a lot more around paperwork. It's been a lot more around processes as legislation's developed. As I mentioned before, serious incidents have happened to children, and the government have tightened up processes. What that means is more bureaucracy, more red tape. Social workers spending less and less time with children and families. What that means to me is that we've lost that humanization, in the sense that we're no longer connected to the families in our communities. We see that in terms of anti-racist practice. Our practitioners don't really understand some of our diverse communities. So rehumanization, to me, is reconnecting our practitioners to our communities, spending more time with our communities, understanding their needs, communicating with them a lot more. What that looks like in practice for me is having sessions where the practitioners are sharing their views on that, helping them engage with and be more culturally sensitive to our communities and their needs, and then helping our children and families understand that this is the work that we're trying to do with our practitioners. For me, it's almost like a mutual understanding. And I think when you've got community cohesion like that, when you've got practitioners in the community and they're in sync with each other, it leads to better outcomes because it reduces the barriers. Children and families no longer feel oppressed, no longer feel disempowered, no longer feel afraid of public services. And public services staff are no longer making negative assumptions of people from diverse communities. They're no longer escalating concerns, worries and risks unnecessarily of those communities, because they better understand the needs of the families in those communities. So that's what rehumanization looks like, and that's my interpretation of it.
Okay, thank you for that. So basically, around reconnecting communities and just developing a mutual understanding so we can all be empowered. Really.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That's cool. Yeah. So we talked all about that, like you said, like the whole indigenous communities and how kind of some of the script that we see today can be Eurocentric, and it's about flipping that script in different ways, like you just said, about reconnecting, mutual understanding, removing certain prejudices and biases or stereotypes, right, that certain communities are pushing, like the right, like you said, like there's certain narratives that we have, like I mentioned, like democracy, how we think could be a British value, but in reality that's been going on, right? And in reality, in history, and historically before capitalism, etc., we did pretty much, most of us lived in a communal society, so it's about focusing on the similarities rather than as well. Thank you for that. Now we're done. How you feeling?
Fantastic. Really enjoyed that.
Cool. Yeah, me too. Like I said, I don't know if I don't break this in two parts. I hope everybody's still with us at this point in time, because it's been a really important conversation. I really appreciate you coming. Do you have any social media handles or platforms?
Yeah. So my main one is LinkedIn. So I'm just Ray Addai on LinkedIn. So just give me a follow on there, or send me an invitation to connect.
Ray Addai on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And also you can see him on The Fresh Prince.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I'm playing. But thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really, it's been amazing to talk about this. Like I said, this is some of the work that I do as well. So it's good to kind of hear a different perception and a different discipline. We'll definitely have you back on again. And this was his first time, y'all. So man, kudos to you. It's really good. Thank you.
na 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 na.